and I would destroy Sean O'Malley.
In the UFC?
In the UFC.
This is a genuine laugh, by the way. Ryan Garcia, when will we stop talking about you? We are already on Wednesday, the week after the fight, and we're still going on about you. So you're doing something right, mate. He's been in the press talking about how he wants Sean O'Malley next. You know, Sean O'Malley, the UFC bantamweight superstar. Well, superstar is a bit of a strong way to put it. He's not quite at superstar level just yet. He's getting there. He needs to get his personality out there a little bit more. He's got the skills in the cage, but hasn't quite got the verbal or charisma skills just yet. Ryan Garcia and Sean O'Malley have been going back and forth on potentially having a little bit of a super fight. Now, this was news to me up until a couple days ago. It might have been on my radar like last week, but I didn't really pay much attention until after this Ryan Garcia fight. We all seen how Ryan Garcia looked on the weekend. He looked great. And also, whilst we're here, let's address it right now for you low IQ dummies in the comments. Yes, I called Ryan Garcia a joke a few videos ago because he missed weight. Because he missed weight, you dummies. Go back and watch the videos. I was saying I wanted Ryan Garcia to win because I think he's a more marketable fighter. He's got bigger star power than Devin Haney. I just thought with Ryan's antics, he was going on a bit of a mental breakdown and Garcia was going to get the win. You absolute dummies. Anyway, I'm not that pissed off. I just find it funny that people hear what they want to hear and they don't actually listen. Ryan Garcia is still a joke for purposefully missing weight by 3.2 pounds. It kind of puts a little bit of a dark cloud over the win that he got over Haney, but people forget very fast, and I'm still not going to deny that it was a great performance. Anyway, Ryan Garcia versus Sean O'Malley, however, is a different story. So in February, Ryan Garcia was on the Ariel Helwani podcast. I didn't see this. Let's jump in and see what Ryan Garcia says about potentially fighting Sean O'Malley.
In the three,
Would they let me in the ring?
I don't know about the ring. I think they would definitely let you, like...
That would be hard, though.
Yeah.
You just go to his face, like, I'll beat your ass in this shit.
You versus Sean O'Malley would be insane.
Would it do good numbers for UFC? Probably.
Yes, massive. But you feel confident that you can hang... You know, he's not typically a ground fighter, but obviously...
Perfect.
Right, even still, let's just put this little argument to rest. Sean O'Malley does not have to be good on the ground. He does not have to be a wrestler or a grappler in order to absolutely make Ryan Garcia in the cage within an MMA rule set. Sean O'Malley would destroy Ryan Garcia within a round without taking him down. When we're talking about MMA, there's a lot more than takedowns. The clinch is completely different. The range is completely different. The amount of weapons that you have at your disposal is far greater than the weapons you have when you're boxing. You've got elbows, you've got knees, you've got leg kicks. A few leg kicks on Ryan Garcia's unconditioned calves would have to fight over very quick.
Wow. Do you have beef with him?
No, I mean, he'd been calling me out for a while. You know,
okay.
He called me out first. Let's put that on the record. Second, he tried to claim my theme song, Superstar. I came out with that way before you even thought of it. I actually came out with Lupe Fiasco myself.
So now it's about who picked the theme song, the walkout song first.
Came up with that. You did not. You're just a walking Conor McGregor Jr.
Really?
Bro, everything was based off that. Now he's coming into his own, though. But it was all Conor for he got the tattoo in his middle of his chest. The only difference is he painted his hair rainbow.
Sean O'Malley has actually stated that he looked up to McGregor a lot and he found a lot of inspiration from McGregor. So you can't even really argue with that. Is he a swagger jacker? Maybe. But Sean O'Malley will never be a McGregor clone because he hasn't got the personality for it.
Champ now. Doing big things.
Congratulations to him.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not hating on him. I think he's actually a really beast. I mean, personally, I like how he fights.
Right.
I'm like, damn, he's actually really dope. Like, when he knocks people out, it's sick. Like, he just has that to him. But as far as him beating me, I don't believe he will.
And so, in your mind, if all goes well on April 20th for you, that's like...
I'm down for that. Like,
wow.
if it just...
Next.
Yeah, next. Just give me, like, 3-4 months of just MMA training. I'll go beat his ass.
Did you mention...
3-4 months of MMA training and I'll go and beat his ass. Now, let's be honest, this was filmed in February. This is in his peak trolling era. If you didn't see yesterday's video that I posted, you can go and watch it here, where I talk about how Ryan Garcia is a genius. He admitted that he was trolling the entire time. He wasn't really crazy. We can even see in this interview, he's a little bit twitchy, and all the comments are saying, Ryan's on the coke, Ryan's having a mental breakdown, look at these face twitches he's doing. So to say that he would beat Ryan Garcia in MMA after 2 to 3 months of MMA training is him definitely just trying to act a bit crazy and playing up and trying to be in the limelight a bit more.
You would go train with Nate in Stockton?
Bro, I train with everybody. I would even ask Connor to let me train with them for a little bit.
Yes.
Every month will be a new coach. Connor, Alex Pereira, Nate, and just somebody else. That would be sick.
Yeah, it's probably not a good idea because every coach has got different methods, different fighting philosophies, and there's going to be stuff that one coach tells you that is probably going to contradict something that another coach tells you. And that is the beauty of the game, is that everyone has got their own unique quirks to fighting and techniques that give them a more unique style. And that's why they say styles make fights. So having a different coach every single month is not a good idea. So in the same interview, Ryan said this.
I'll beat his ass in MMA, guaranteed.
In MMA?
Yeah, I'm a natural. You don't understand. I'm a natural wrestler. I'm strong and I got crazy conditioning.
So most people in your position would want him to come over to
No,
boxing.
but that's already been done.
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna knock him out in boxing. That's not even fair. What is fair is to test myself in MMA because I know if I put my mind to it and I trained every day and I had Nate helping me, even Alex Pereira, all of them, and I really locked in, he will not beat me. I will come with everything I have and I would destroy Sean O'Malley.
In the UFC?
In the UFC.
This is a genuine laugh, by the way, like proper genuine laugh. But fair play to him. Ariel Helwani gave him the out and said, what about boxing? And he said, no, that wouldn't be fair. It's been done already. Boxers coming over to MMA doesn't really happen. And that's what I want to do. So all respect goes to him for saying that. Now, once again, because he was saying this when he was being a little bit crazy and trying to be provocative and trying to market his own fight, you've got to take this with a little pinch of salt. But after seeing him fight on the weekend, I honestly think Ryan Garcia is game. I think he'd jump at the opportunity to fight Sean O'Malley in an MMA fight, 100%. Now, this is what Sean O'Malley said in response to Ryan Garcia saying that he would come over to MMA in the UFC and beat his ass.
In UFC, not boxing, what do you think would happen though if you guys actually fought?
I would talk to the team. I would say, hey boys, you want me to knock him out or submit him? I'd let people pick. I'd probably do some polls. Say, you guys want me to knock him on my left hand, my left foot? I'd probably do some games. I'd probably choke him. I probably could choke him in a couple minutes.
Oh, you would need 2 minutes. So you think it'd be a 2-minute thing?
Could be. That's being humble. I mean, yeah.
You and Ryan box.
See, now that's competitive. Do I believe I could beat Ryan in a boxing match? Yes. The chances of him beating me in MMA are 0. The chances of me beating him in boxing are a lot more than 0.
Yeah, it's good the way he put it there. The chances of him beating Ryan in boxing are a lot more than 0%. The chances of Ryan Garcia beating Sean O'Malley in MMA, if he really wanted it to be this way, is 0%. If Sean O'Malley was to stand and bang with Ryan Garcia, then it's going to be a little bit closer because Ryan doesn't have to worry about the takedown. If Sean O'Malley was to MMA strike with Ryan Garcia, so including all elbows, kicks, knees, clinching, I think Sean O'Malley would absolutely wipe the floor with Ryan Garcia. I mean, this argument is obvious. But I respect the balls of Ryan Garcia for saying this and for calling out Sean O'Malley and putting it out there into the ether to get people like myself talking about it. Now, it also seems like Sean thinks there's a real potential of this happening. This is what he said on his podcast last night.
God, Ryan Garcia, though, what's next for him? Jokes.
You.
I mean,
I wish you'd say, fuck it, gain some weight and call out Max for the BMF belt.
that very well could happen in a
what
couple
are we
years.
doing?
With it. So first off, Sean O'Malley versus Max Holloway for the BMF belt. That would be a banger of a fight right there. I think Max Holloway absolutely destroys Sean O'Malley, especially the new version of Max Holloway being filled out and a lot thicker, being put on that strength and conditioning work in. He would just be too much for Sean O'Malley in terms of physicality. But I would 100% pay to see that fight.
But I don't know if he can make 45 much longer.
Perfect opportunity.
I feel like Ryan, I mean, God, it would have to make sense for Dana. How would Dana want it? Would Ryan want so much goddamn money that there's just no way it's possible?
Yeah, and that's usually the way. You guys have heard me say it all the time. These fighters will go, I'll fight anybody, anytime, anywhere, as long as I get 200 million in the bank, I get healthcare, and I'm allowed to leave me contract after this fight. It's like, yeah, of course you're not going to get that fight, but now you have the ability to say, hey, I wanted to fight him. It's on the UFC now. I put it out there. They didn't give me the fight. Yeah, because your stipulations were ridiculous. We see this exact thing happen in boxing quite frequently. It's the politics side of it, and a lot of the time it's the reason why the best don't fight the best due to the egos getting in the way and everyone asking for ridiculous stipulations.
Yeah, I mean,
but 2 fights down the road, okay, say it happens. You fucking turn Rab's nose sideways, T-kill him, boom. Straight. Peace up, Ilya. 5-rounder,
Boom.
then what?
Max.
Is it possible? Is it possible for Ryan Garcia?
A boxing fight's possible, for sure.
MMA, no way in hell. I mean, no commission would even let that go, probably.
Well, you saw his fucking shell. If he did that to me, what would I do? I wouldn't know what to do with him.
Shelf him back.
Body shot.
We're both just shelving.
Body shot.
Popping hits.
That we didn't even talk about that. That was such a weird, and he kept getting away with it. He would literally turn 178 degrees around to where all Haney could do is punch the side of him like that. And he could, I mean, how do you find his chin when he's like this?
I ain't never seen a shoulder block like that in my life.
Devin's dad was
Head, but-
Devin's dad was talking to the ref like, what the fuck you keep pulling him apart for when he's turning his back like that? And the ref said something back. But then the ref stopped pulling him apart after he talked to him a bit later in those rounds.
Yeah, because Devin Haney's dad and the ref were definitely conspiring against Ryan Garcia in that fight. But yeah, on a side note, the way Ryan Garcia was turning away like that, it's almost like, oh, so you can just turn your back to your opponent and then the fight has to be reset. I didn't even know that was a rule. But if it is, that's something that needs to get fixed. I'm sure during the Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather fight, Mayweather was doing that a lot as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I can't be arsed backing up that statement right now. But I'm sure Mayweather was turning away like that.
I don't know. That was exciting though. That was a fun fight. That made me. I rarely can watch a boxing fight and be like, that was exciting.
That's kind of why I don't watch too much boxing. I understand that there's a lot of lesser known boxers who are extremely exciting. Some of the fights that you guys have sent me have been absolutely fantastic, but I just tend to not get as excited for boxing as much as I do MMA.
Devin Haney, he's not the type, I mean, he doesn't have a lot of KOs and he usually goes the decision. So
This is the Sugar Show. Why don't we do something a little special? Why can't we get him into the UFC with some kind of new like a different rule or something where you guys?
I'm not there yet. I still gotta be. I still gotta become bigger. I gotta be
two more though.
Yeah, exactly. 2 more sick performances, then we're talking about being able to do whatever the
But maybe, 2 more, I think that'd be perfect. Because your pay-per-view was top 5 all time in UFC
Gate.
sales. Gate, right?
Gate.
Like, that's fucking insane.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, Sean O'Malley isn't a massive draw yet. He's got a little bit of star power, but he's still in the early stages. He needs to get that charisma going. But let's just remind ourselves, as producer just said, you know, you got the highest gate or whatever it was. But this was the card, UFC 299. This card was stacked like crazy. People were talking about how this card was going to be more stacked than UFC 300. In the end, Dana White came through and made UFC 300 an absolute banger of a card. But this card was in a very close second. Dustin Poirier versus Saint Denis. We had Michael Venom Page make his UFC debut. Burns versus Jack Della Manuela. We had Peter Yan versus Song Yadong. So Sean O'Malley by himself doesn't have that pulling power just yet. Look at all the Conor McGregor cards. Often, a lot of them aren't really that stacked because Dana knows he can get McGregor on the card and then get a bunch of crappy low-level fighters on the rest of the card, and the card will still do 1 million pay-per-view buys. Now, as Sean said, after another couple wins, him versus Ryan Garcia in the UFC, that'd do big numbers. That'd be a crazy crossover fight, and I am all for it. Bring this stuff on. It just makes it so much more exciting. Say what you want about McGregor, say what you want about Floyd Mayweather, but that crossover fight was absolutely amazing. He was on the edge of your seat. I woke up early in the morning to watch it and my stomach was in knots thinking who's going to win. So yeah, what do you guys think of all this talk of Ryan Garcia fighting Sugar Sean O'Malley in MMA? I'm game for it. Bring it on. Subscribe for daily boxing and MMA uploads. Keep the bell on, get notified. We got a copyright strike last week on the channel, so if you can like the video, I'd appreciate that as well. Catch us all tomorrow.